Hello, we are back at the bottom of East Hill in the north of Dartmoor, northwestern line, and we're going to try and get Ashbury Lower Crags, which we missed last time on our journey to Ashbury Tor, which Ashbury Tor itself I don't think we saw properly, so might be able to get a better view of that. So that's what we're going to get today. So similar trip to that day when we went to the West Cleve and Cleve Tor, all that, except we turn off early after East Hill. And flags are flying today, so we're not going to the Oakhampton range. We're going to cross this field like normal to the other fence, but because there's animals here, Dad's trying to get across this way. I'm not sure if we can get across this way or not. Maybe. I can't really tell. I don't think so. It's a barbed wire. No, it's a barbed wire fence. There's Black Down, which we haven't visited yet. It's got a flag on top overlooking Oakhampton Camp. Nice view over here. Yes Tor has a flag on it today for firing. West Mill Tor doesn't seem to for some reason. There's a little tour linked to that called Little Tor, I think, that we're going to visit at some point. Road Tour. And that's Unknown Height 427. Looks a bit tall, that one. Maybe it's just the way he's standing. Bucket in a bush for some reason. I thought it might be like a sheep feeding system, but there's nothing in it unless they've eaten it all. Got some weird globules in the gorse here. I thought it was like cotton grass, but it's actually like foam, I think. I don't know if it's sap or something. They all got like a bubbly foam in places. There's your northern range up there. Higher Tor, Wellston Tor, Tor's End, Winter Tor, Lower Tor. That was in the completely wrong order, I know. Here we are once again on top of East Hill. A couple of block things like down the slopes on this side towards Oakhampton on East Hill. I haven't figured out what they are and I haven't been to them. This underground rock. Ooh, how are you liking this video so far? Just saw like a sprinting horse in that field. Can't see him now. There's that X building. Whatever it was. And there's a trig point slightly lower down. A nice little view spot with a gap in the ferns and gorse here of Oakhampton town. Get a mini panorama. So now we're going down off East Hill to find the oval field once again, and we're going to skirt it around its left edge and then go down. And from here, I can never remember that you can see it from this far back, but that's Cleve Tor up there on the other side of the valley. That is a cool tour. Got a video of that on my channel, obviously. What you doing, sheepoo? I'm coming. Coming this way. Absolute sheeple. Look at them. There's the stone down there that marks the edge of the oval field. I don't know what they are. Lots of white dots in that field there. Maybe they've wrapped their hay bales up in white. I think they're too white to be sheep. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Is there a point to wrapping it in black plastic though? Doesn't it like dry out quicker? Alright mate, what are you? Here's the stone at the side of the oval field. There's lots of cotton here. I think it's like a sheep had a fight or something. Wool, should I say. That's either a pregnant sheep or if it just looks chubby because of how they've cut his wool. It is proper hot and baking today. It was forecast to rain, but it is not. What's this plant? It's like a bit like cow parsley, but it's a tree.
It's not a hawthorn, is it?
No, it's not a hawthorn. So we're turning right here and we're going around the oval field here. June2022, you're saying?
Yeah.
Not going up to the big hump that's over there this time. Just going straight round. Here's the oval field. You can see more of it from here. The gorse is formed like trees. It's quite high up gorse. Very high up ferns as well. Following some sheep through the woods. And here is the wall. So we went through this wall last time to get down to the river and see those other tors on the other side of that valley. Now we're staying on this side of the wall. Of this track. I'm going to go following this track beside the wall till we find Ashbury Lower, and then I will try and see what the terrain's like and try and go steep up behind it, although I have a feeling it's going to be a bit overgrown. River down there. I forget the name of the river.
Down that way, didn't we?
Yeah. Is it called Moorbrook or something?
I can't remember.
Here's where we came off the oval field by my thumb there. And here's facing this way. So before the track here starts to turn left, Ashbury Lower Crags directly on the left of it. And then 90 degrees left, keep walking. Steep contours to see some of Ashbury Tor. There's the water of that brook down there. I don't know what this is, it might be foam or it might be a rock. Foam pool, I think. That foxglove. I wasn't talking about 2 tracks on the map. Does it mention 2 tracks? It doesn't mention a second track. Or maybe the higher one's better? Great view there. I think Housetop Cleeve Tor is somewhere over there. Might see bits of the rock. We've got a fork in the track here. Not really sure which one to take. It's not on the map that it forks. A bit of a waterfally bit there coming off Housetop Cleeve Tor. I'm baffled about this track, so I'm just gonna take the higher track for now, because one of the two tours is definitely higher. But I'm worried the track might make me skip Ashbury Lower Crags, so might have to come back here maybe. Yeah, but that might come up to this one that we're on. Another little fork there. Yeah, maybe there's tracks all through this wood. There's another. Yeah, you see a bit more of the river from up here anyway. You can see some lights coming through the trees there, as if this actually goes up onto the moor maybe. There's that wall has gone down there. Maybe that wall's a good landmark for working out which track it was. Is this the track continuing, or it's going out into the... It looks like it's near the top of the hill. That can't be right. No, I think this is wrong. I think we need to... It's a good thing there's a little fork in the track here, because I do think we need to follow that lower one. Yeah. We're too near the top of the hill here for that to be right. Well, there's another zag that comes off here though. God damn it, there's too many tracks. Careful, Dad. Dad, look out for this ground. So this ground is like loose soil with rocks in it, so it's weird, you don't think you're going to slip on it and then you do. It's not even gravel, it's just like loose rolling stones with loose soil underneath it. Well, yeah, it's hard to say. That goes too close to the top of the hill. This might be something. And there's a track down there that we were on that runs close to the wall. I do think we need the lower one. This is where Dad stumbled. What's this like? Much the same. Alright, so we're closer to the wall and the river now. But this goes down even more now. So, I don't know. Well, there's a lot of crisscrossing tracks here, so... That's a kind of a landmark where Dad's sitting, so if we come to this little step thing here, then maybe we can go up and to the right if there's a problem down here. Yeah, the problem down here is it gets well steep off to the left, like crazy steep. I didn't think it was going to get this steep on the map. I thought it was more mild, the contours. The river running sort of parallel to us. That is a steep hill with, as we've discovered, not so good ground underneath it. It goes right down. There's a big streak of mud there between the wall and where we are. Oh, here we go. Okay. Ashbury Lower Crags. Yeah, the first sight of it. I wonder if there's more to it than this. There are trees kind of growing out of it there. So I don't know if I can get a clear shot of this one for a photo. But yeah, going uphill from it, from here, like I thought I was going to do, is not an option. I have to go back to get up, I think. Yeah, it's got trees growing out of it. Oh, this is a better shot. There we go. Ashbury Lower Crags. Second most northern tor on the western line of Dartmoor. There's a lower rock here. I wonder if there's anything higher though. I'm wondering, oh, here's some rocks down lower actually. Right down here. It doesn't quite look like granite, it's got all these kind of strips and layers in it, a bit like slate. Doesn't look like granite to me, look at that. And then a big chunk here. There's my size reference standing next to the rock. And here's that sludgy mud stream that comes up from the wall there. Or whatever it is. Oh, look at this, it's quite big down here. The bottom stacks of it. Dad says there's more along here. This stone is extra long. There's some fallen trees here. So a lot of these trees actually seem to be on the Tor. A lot of these big trees are growing out of the top of the Tor. There's some buried rock up here. So is there some sort of track here for getting up higher, or will we have to go back to backtrack and then climb higher than this to get to Ashbury Tor main if we can? Oh, the wall's ended. Didn't notice that. These giant rocks in the stream here. Streaky rocks here. So I had a thought about climbing this huge steep hill here. I'm not so sure about it though. I think it might be better for me to go back up to the track we were on before we drop down onto this track, before Ashbury Lower Crags here, and use that one to stay up high basically as we go around. Because this bulk here, this is like the shape is kind of like this. If you imagine this on a huge scale, it's like a, I don't know, the bow of a ship or something here, because this track goes around the bottom of it. And it's like the next valley cleave on from Belstrom. I'm just going to have a little walk on forward just to see a little bit more of this woods by the stream here, and then I'm going to turn back and do what I said there. So, another rock, another few rocks buried in the ground, sort of belonging to this Tor, although we're getting to the edges of it now. Some more rock buried in the side of the hill all the way up here. There's a little beach down there. And the river twists. There's a bit of a pool over there. And be careful on this track, it's sort of leaning diagonal and there's just a rock there. Someone's made a little stake bridge there. And Ashbury Tor is up there somewhere. Is this like a track? What is this? No, this is just a higher bit of where I was. Yeah, so that way is not the way. We need a higher route up there. With these little steps, the water's coming down. So we're going back now to find the bit where the track comes off at that landmarky step thing, and I will try and then go above that Tor we've just seen, if possible, and have a little slog through there seeing if I can get a better view of Ashbury Tor. If not, I'll turn back, because we did see a bit of it on that journey where it says Ashbury Tor in my video. We saw a bit of it, but I wasn't satisfied with how much we saw. I know other people found a bigger rock somewhere up there. Well, this bit feels steep here for some reason.
Well, maybe that is the same wall.
Well, how would it cross the river?
Exactly.
They lose track of it through that foliage down there.
Yeah.
So we're splitting up here near the landmarky step thing. And then I'm going back up this here to the, as the track comes off at the Y-shaped big tree there. Yeah, just around here. I mean, it's not really a track, it's like a, I suppose it's an animal track or something. There's some horrible mud here. And then, hopefully if I stay sort of high, I'll be on top of the Ashbury Lower Crags tour we've seen today. And I might see something of the other one. Kind of didn't want to get my boots covered in mud for walking on these, but here we are. So I've just come out into this this glade here. Would you call this a glade? In my mind, this goes with the word glade. It's probably wrong, but and I came under this. There's like a big tree there, and then there's an arch tree, and then there's a double mud-covered runoff, which, because it's a hot day, isn't really that bad. So now I've got to see what these grassy slopes are like, where there's not much in the way of paths. Let's try and keep that as a landmark over there, if my camera will focus. Well, I don't know what the ground will be like, but it certainly looks nice around here. Trying to go steady. I know it's steep at Ashbury Tor because we glimpsed some of it. A bit of rock with a tree here for a potential landmark, and then that hoop over there is what I'm aiming for to get out. I'm quite near the top of the hill here again. Actually, I can see sunshine filtering in through from a clearing just up here. Look at this little guy here. And we've met a track. We've come along this messy thing, and there's an actual track here, so that's promising. I look like I'm going on to it, so maybe if I follow this back, it's a different route to get maybe at the top, out in the sunshine, instead of going back through the woods the way Dad is going. Yeah, we're on a proper track here, but we are a little bit too friggin' close to the clearing. I'll keep following it though. I'll see what we can see. Here's another hunk of rock. I'd say this probably belongs to I don't know actually. Is Ashbury Lower Tor down here, or is it further along? Ashbury Lower Crags. Not really sure I can tell from being above it on the grass here, because it's probably impossible to see any of the rocks because they've got grass and trees growing on top of them. I like the fresh, vibrant green colours of the grasses in this wood. This track's alright so far. I wonder where it goes when I stay on it coming back. Here's a rock the track goes over. A little animal track seems to come off this as well. Goes up to the clearing. It might go too high up, this track. I need it to stay below the Tor. It's a weird dirt bit here under these trees where grass does not grow, obviously. And another little animal track coming off this one. Holly bushes. We must be above where the lower Tor is by now. Surely. What a weird tree growing over the path. Snaking one branch out. Been like this for a while because there's like a rock built into it, leaning on it with soil in between. Dude, I think we're up too high. Path is going over some rocks. I think these rocks must belong to Ashbury Tor, but certainly haven't reached the main bit or anything. There's some more rocks over here, just in there. They're slightly bigger. Starts to get a very steep, long hill down here to my right. We're so close to the top of the hill over here. That's wrong. That's wrong, dude. We shouldn't be near the top. What is this space? Where are we? Where the fuck are we? Well, there's some of Ashbury Tor. Are we where we were before, or are we just at something else here? Let's go closer to this deadly cliff. That's an oak tree. I think I'm currently, I'm on Ashbury Tor right now. I'm on part of it, one of the stacks. Can't view it from underneath because I'm not down there. If you're too far down on that bottom track that goes past Ashbury Lower Crags, you probably won't even see this though. Probably. Mustn't lose my track. My track out is this one. So let's stay on that. Did we see these before? Let's keep going. We'll take this one. This might be a different perspective of the Tor actually. Okay, so this track passes it, that's good. So up there's a big chunk of Ashbury Higher Tor, and the chunk I was stood on was there. And then over here, this is quite a big chunk right here, and the path is going up to it. So we're going to see some of it. This is a bigger, I think this is a bigger chunk than we found before. This is a bigger chunk, I think. Path goes on a bit of it. Wait, the path kind of vanishes actually. Oh, maybe it continues if you step up on here, sort of. What's that like? I don't think that's going to move. I need something to grab up here. What's this? Okay. Nothing give way right now, please. That could do with being fucked off somewhere. Okay, so the track continues if you climb that bit, which I did. I'm not going to go too further along it, but yeah, this is certainly a bigger stack than what we found on our first trip here. I think it's not as far that way as the one we found. Inching along. Well, see, this is what I don't like, these dried leaves bit. This is what continues up here, so I think I'm going to stop around here. I might go down to that tree possibly and then turn back. Is that strong? That's quite strong. This is awkward. There's a lot of awkward here. Are we still recording? Yes, we are. Okay. So, oh god. So can we see that? That's where I walked from up there. This colossal hulk here. This is bigger than what we saw before. And then over here we've got this autumn remnant stuff, which is horrible to be on steep slopes. It is very slippery. I think actually we stood on that one before and we looked over to this one and said, yeah, that's too steep, Dad, I'm not going there. I might inch a little bit more forward. There's obviously a big rock here. This is what's behind me here. Yeah, this one's bigger. But I do think we saw this from... We were standing over there last time. Yeah. So we went to a bit of it that was further north, I think. I think that's north, actually. So we went to the most northern bit of Ashbury Tor last time. So this is like the second bunch of stacks down, and it is certainly bigger. I just navigated over those rock piles on a steep slope. Now we're on a slightly less steep slope, having a lean on a tree break. We're on the bow of this hill. I guess Cleve Tor is somewhere through those trees. And here's Ashbury Tor again, the big stack I found. Okay, there's going to be sporadic filming from now on, just to say I'm heading back now. So yeah. So today that was a trip to get Ashbury Lower Crags and to get you a better view of Ashbury Tor, the most northern tor on my western line of Dartmoor. Most northern on the western side. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go up here. Still a nice view of this second bunch of stacks of Ashbury Tor from this little clearing path I'm going to, which I hope leads to the top. Yeah, not quite, unless I climb some of these. Here's where I just climbed. I'm on top of the Tor now. That's part of it. And look what happens when I get over this rock here. A nice little view. Out in the sunshine again. Foog, it's sunny out here. I'm surprised we didn't notice that when we came here before, because that's the gap through the gorse we found before. We just didn't look down. This must be part of the Tor over here. It's just a line of rocks in the ground there. I think we saw that. Oh, and there's another little ridge over here. We saw that too. Basically belongs to Ashbury Tor. So we'll see that again, but we did see that in the first video. It's very hot today. It's meant to be raining. Look at this. That's a bit of it. And this is the bit you can see Cleve Tor from. Locate Dad, because I stupidly didn't tell him just to go direct to the car. I told him to wait in some weird place that I'm not actually going to at the moment. This is the end of the Gorse Mountain Ridge, forms a line going downhill that way, if you remember. And I forgot about this, but there's a mound of rock here. It's more covered with ferns than last time we came. It's I don't know, there's too few rocks on it for it to be a tor. Maybe it used to be one, I don't know. It is just here. You know, in summer, because the track gets more bouldery, but in winter or spring you can actually see some, I think there's some little rocks jutting out of the ground up there, I'm pretty sure. There's a few. They're only little ones though. And there, I think, is the oval field. Might have to actually go downhill the way we began this trip from this oval field, just to check Dad's not down there waiting for me. Yeah, I think he was looking downhill for me, but I'm uphill. '15th century Roman.
That might have been going across.
Piece of plastic
there,
top.
because that's newish, isn't it? Is it plastic or metal? Look at this.
So why is this a box out? There's this, maybe, are those thistles? No, there's something else. Oh no, they're kind of thistles. Look at his necklace. He's like, they've given him a fern necklace because he's obviously like the Caesar of the sheep. Look at this cow. I think this is a cow. If it is, he's got all the field to himself. Is it a cow or is it a man? No, I think it's a cow. East Hill. Going back that way this time. Bucket of water on head time. It's that hot. Oh, looks like a bonfire pile over there.